So much for that perspective. Let's check in with our Kent Erdahl as well. As we mentioned before, there were these 3 main gathering spots around St. Paul for people to meet at earlier in the day and then make their way on to the Capitol for that main program that starts at 2 o'clock. And one of those is St. Paul College, and that's where Kent was just a little while ago. And now people have started making their way, or at least looks like they have made their way to the Capitol now, Kent.
Yeah, we did just make our way. We came from this direction down here, and you can see how many people are packed all the way back here. We actually kind of snuck around buildings to get to where the media staging is here, so we've got a little bit of room to breathe, but people were packed all the way back, kind of spread out, where there's some screens back there so the crowd can see and watch the performances and things on the stage, which, as you're aware of, that have kind of begun here as we're getting ready for everything to start. I just wanted to talk to someone that's here. I wanted to ask what brings you out, and I saw your shirt and big fan of human rights. Tell me about, first of all, who are you and why are you out here?
I'm Cassia Goodson. I'm here because all the things that's been happening in Minnesota has just been tragic, and we all need to stick together and, be a team. It's just sad that who we have in office right now and how everything is unfolding, and I just think everybody just needs to be here today.
Was there anything that brought you out either to this event, or I know many people that I spoke to were out earlier this year, but it seems to be a different kind of, for lack of a better word, vibe. There's a celebratory atmosphere here.
Yeah, very positive.
What do you notice being here versus when you were out earlier this year?
It just feels very positive today. It's been positive any other time as well, but it's just very peaceful march, peaceful, protesting and stuff like that.
What would you like to see out of today? Because that's one of the things that I've spoken to several people about. There's that motivation to bring people here, but then there's the motivation of what happens. What is it for you that brought you here, and what are you carrying forward from seeing all of this today?
I'm just here to come together with everyone else, to bring peace and to bring unity. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you. I appreciate you taking the time.
Thank you.
So many voices, so many people and motivations behind what are bringing people out here today. It's interesting because, again, every single person that you talk to, they're motivated by something different, but they're feeling something here as they get around the Capitol. It's hard not to be overwhelmed by all the people, to be honest with you, as you're getting the impression of from others as well. Just as you come in and you see the massive humanity here, of course, music and the sunshine, it's warmed up a little bit as well. That might have something to do with it, but certainly something that we'll continue to check in on around the Capitol grounds. I'll send it back to you for now.
Yeah, Kent, there does seem to be this main theme that we're seeing and hearing from almost everybody that you all are talking to on the ground, which is, this need or want to come together and pull together as a community. Though, of course, there are different motivations and concerns and frustrations that people have. But I think that woman's sweatshirt said a lot in and of itself, right? That seems to be a big motivation for people, is sort of coming together as one.
Yeah, and as we heard the national kind of centerpiece of this rally here, one of the things that was talked about was that Minnesota had shown the nation kind of during the ICE operation with what we saw with mobilization and really with those marches. And that is one of those things, as you heard this woman say and many others that I spoke to today, those that did attend those marches, it was a much different kind of feeling at the time. Obviously, there was a lot going on in this city. There was a lot of trauma. There were a lot of people rallying for neighbors. And this today does seem to be, at least for many of those, it was one of those unifying things, and people here saying that they feel more hopeful and jubilant, kind of almost a celebration of that work that they put in at that time, if that makes sense.
Sure does. All right. Thank you very much, Kent. We appreciate you being out there. All right. Let's check in now with former Republican state senator and Minnesota's first female Senate Majority Leader, Amy Frederickson, joining us now. Amy, thanks again for being here. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
So as you hear from our crews on the ground, speaking to some of these protesters too, I'm just curious, what's sort of on your mind? What is your initial response and reaction to everything that's unfolding right now?
Yeah, well, I'm not surprised that we're hearing a variety of reasons for folks being out there, right? I think there's an unsettled, and whether it's unless whether it's Metro Surge, whether you had a small business that was impacted by Metro Surge, whether you're looking at the economy and gas prices, if you have disagreement around what is happening in Iran, or again, maybe not even what happened in Iran, but sort of what's been happening since in the last month, and sort of the prolonged effort in Iran. There's a lot of reasons for being out there. I do think the reporters have caught on the common thread, which is folks are going there for whatever their reason to be with other people that, you know, also have a reason for being there.